Hey guys, so today I'm going to be looking at supernatural things that happen to people. So yeah, let's just get right into the video. One night I had a dream about my grandpa who had died almost 20 years prior. We were in his home and he kept telling me we need to clean the house. We need to get the house ready. When I asked him why, he just said she's coming home. My grandma, his wife of 50 years, died the next day. Oh my. What the heck though? The dream is pretty accurate though, you know? Like, we gotta clean the house before she comes because she's gonna get nagging. That's kind of... Wait, I don't want to say like wholesome because someone died, but... Oh, they're finally together again. Had a premonition I'd be involved in a car accident one morning on the way to work as I got out of bed. It was a very strange thought and I considered taking an alternate route but did not. As I got onto the highway, it was raining and a car flew past me, hydroplaned and slammed into my car. But they're okay since they're riding this. How do you just wake up and feel like I'm gonna have a car accident today? Alright, just trust your gut feelings then. Working as a night security for a small office at a sanitation plant. Building was a single entrance and you had to check in at a security station to get in or out. A worker shows up and checks in saying he needs to take care of a few things and grab some stuff. So I check in his ID and flip a few lights for him, then go back about my business. Fast forward a few hours and my shift is about to end. I still haven't seen the guy come back. So I go patrol the building to find him and literally can't find him anywhere. He's not in any of the areas I turned the lights on for him. No other lights are on and he's not in any other rooms. I stop by security to see if we just missed each other and he's trying to leave, but nobody is there. I do a second patrol and still no signs. At this point, I went to check cameras to see where he went, but he's not on a single camera except the one covering the entrance and security station. He turns down a hallway and never shows up on the next camera set hall. At this point, I logged it as an incident and got out right as the relief shift showed up. Next day, my boss calls me and says that worker had been on vacation out of state for several days and wouldn't return for several more. Nobody could offer any explanation to what happened. Who the heck was that then? This is scary. This is... Oh... I hate reading about stories where it's like, but I saw him, but he was not there. He never existed. I hate those stories. Jeez, so who the heck was that? The only way I can explain this one is wishful thinking. My mom and dad were codependent and they liked it that way. They didn't want other people other than kids. They were completely happy to just be wrapped up in each other. My dad died the day before his birthday in a hospice center. Afterwards, it was like he was still home. His touch lamp beside his recliner would go on by itself. The recliner would rock like someone was getting in it. And sometimes my mum or my sister would hear my dad saying, "Honey, fix me a cold drink." That was exactly how he'd ask my mum to fill up his massive mug with Sprite over ice. My mother died less than a year and a half later. After my mother died, there was never another sign of either of them being there. They've been gone now for close to 14 years. Oh my gosh. This makes me so sad for some reason. But at the same time, it's kind of wholesome at the end because it just feels like they're together again. And he was waiting for her. When I was a kid, about 10 to 12-ish, I was carrying a load of laundry upstairs home alone while mum was out doing errands. We have this weird carpet runner over our hardwood stairs that's only really attached at the top of the flight, but otherwise not fitted or secured to each individual stair. So naturally, I step on an air bubble of carpet with my vision obscured by the laundry and fall backwards while bear hugging a bunch of blankets. I specifically remember thinking, whoop, guess I'm about to die, while almost airborne with just my big toe left on the carpet when I felt two hands, one on either side of my shoulder blades, give me a firm shove that launched me back up on the step and diagonally against the stair rail. I assumed mum somehow silently came back early without announcing herself and turned around to thank her while still clinging to the railing, but no one was there. I scurried upstairs to put my things down while calling her name and walked the house afterwards to check if any doors were unlocked or if her car was there. I finally resorted to calling her cell, where she told me she was hitting up a few more stores. It still feels like there's a presence on that stairwell, like someone's watching but in a protective way rather than sinisterly. What? A ghost was just like, I got you. I got you. I'm gonna save you. Oh, that's nice. Jeez. Thank gosh it's not one of those ghosts from like the horror movies where they always want to harm a new family, right? Thank gosh this ghost is a nice person. I mean, a nice ghost. Why can't there be a movie where ghosts are freaking nice? Why do they have to always assume all the ghosts are mean, right? Look at this ghost. Just helping people out, just saving a life, right? If you were a ghost, wouldn't you want to be a nice one? Wouldn't you want to help people? Woke up in the middle of the night to a man standing next to my bed staring at my significant other. He was slightly translucent and I figured it was just another sleep paralysis episode and rolled over and went back to sleep. Normally being able to move isn't part of sleep paralysis, and immediately my heart began to race as I realized I need to roll over and check what I saw. Person was still standing there staring at my significant other. Oh my god, and then he made eye contact with me, stared at me for a while before turning around and walking to the wall, slowly fading away with each step. Next morning, significant other wakes up feeling like crap and said she had the worst night's sleep because she kept having a feeling that someone was watching her. Glad we no longer live in that house. That's so scary. Yo. Just making eye contact, that bit was scary as, you know, because it's just like this, right?
What are you looking at?
That's what I imagined, dude. Jeez. I was about 15 and trying to sleep but having an asthma attack. Late in the night, I started hearing a rhythmic breathing from the floor next to the bed. It wasn't scary, more comforting. And it wasn't me, because my breathing sounded way more screwed up than that. It helped me calm down and get to sleep, even though I was still sick. I was able to get my hands on an inhaler in the morning. At the time, I thought it was a friendly ghost. I later rationalized that maybe I was just hearing a family member through the heating ducts. When I realized years later, when I had a dog, was that it had sounded exactly like a big dog sleeping next to the bed. So now I'm 50-50 on whether a ghost dog came to visit me or my own dog time traveled back 10 years before she was born to comfort me. Dude, sometimes, I don't know, maybe I'm just imagining things. But my dog normally sleeps next to me and I would normally hear her, you know, snore or breathe. But one night she just wasn't next to me. She was like in another room. She was like outside in the hallway sleeping or something. And I could like still hear, or I thought I could still hear her with me, but I just looked and she wasn't there with me. And I was kind of sad. But that was it. That was it. I thought she was next to me. Maybe it's just because my mind is so used to hearing her next to me that I really thought I heard her next to me. But I looked and she wasn't even there. I had a sort of demonic mask on my shelf. That's just calling for a demon to visit you. And one day while I was working at my desk, no more than 4 feet away from it, it just flew off the shelf and shattered on the floor. It didn't just fall off the shelf. It was like someone threw it across the room. The baffling part to me is that I am the one who made the mask. So I know it's not cursed by some voodoo or something. Maybe the ghost that's living with you just doesn't like the way it looks because it's ugly. Was in college walking to class, went to cross a busy street and a hand grabbed my shoulder quite hard and stopped me. A car zoomed by that would have killed me. Nobody was behind me or anywhere close enough to have stopped me. Guardian angel? See, nice ghosts do exist. When I was a kid, around 6, I lived in a very arid area and a wide field of red dirt was between my house and my buds. Every day, walking over there, when I got about halfway across, I'd pick up a dirt clod or a small rock and toss it behind me over my shoulder. About 10 seconds later, it would come flying back over my head and land in front of me. I'd just grin and keep walking. I remember this really distinctly, even trying to replicate it later in childhood after I've moved away and being sad that it didn't work anymore. Didn't question it as a kid, but looking back, just really weird. That's scary. So someone was behind them chucking it back, right? I love how they thought they had like superpowers or something, you know? They just grin and keep walking. Well, that's it for the video. Hope you guys enjoy. Tell me in the comments down below what your thoughts are. And as always, thanks for watching. Hope you guys liked it and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!